Hello and welcome to Jamie's Motion Graphics, episode 61. Today we're making this. This is a very easy line type animation. It's simple to make, but I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, here we are in After Effects and we will see this effect. So I'm going to show you the effect first. So it is basically just a rotating thing that leaves behind lines. And if you put multiples, then yeah, it kind of looks good. So I'm going to first tell you very quickly how the effect works, and then I'm going to actually build it because, well, some of you might not actually want to sit around all day watching me build something when it's not actually necessary. So apparently we have a little bug here, which is excellent. Okay, there we are. So we are starting off with just a line, and I made it out of a white solid. The reason for that is I want to move the anchor point around. So the anchor point is actually, let's select it and then we can actually see it. It actually moves around from being over here to being on the other side, so over here. So, and does that over a few seconds. It doesn't really matter for now, but we will see that that comes in handy, because if you start rotating it, then you will see that it will rotate around a different point. And that's exactly the point of this entire thing. It has to kind of look dynamic. And yeah, this one, so this second composition, uses the first composition and then just adds a bunch of stuff to it. So it has scale, it scales a bit. As you can see, I don't know if I can actually, yeah, I can select that. There you go. Lots of scaling going on, not very fancy scaling. Like first it scales up just to, well, not come out of the blue. It scales into existence basically. Then it becomes 80%, and then it becomes 100%, and then 80%, and then 100%. So it's not really that interesting. But you do see it in the final result. So I do recommend that you do a similar thing. Then we are going to map the white with the tint effects. So because it was white in the beginning, we are going to map that white to actually, well, dark gray in the middle. And then back to white. You can actually see the color here in this little bar. Not really interesting either. You can do a little bit more with it. The thing is, if we put curves on it, then everything that is not black or white will actually color the way we want it to. And because we have lights and darks going around, well, we can color different colors, which is very cool, I think. Anyhow, rotations then, you already noticed that it just rotates one way, and then halfway through it goes back the other way, and actually the back rotation is a little bit quicker, and that is because I don't want the lines to overlap. I want them to be in different spots, and we will see that in a moment. So opacity then, it will go from 0 to 100, I think. Yeah. Actually, it goes from 100 to 100, so I didn't really do anything with it. But you can use this to kind of color it the same way as with the map white. I think this one was used, it was intentionally used to help with, well, this coming into existence, but yeah, I didn't use it apparently. So yeah, easy enough. So this is where the magic happens, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of magic to happen. I'll zoom in a little bit. So you can see that they are exactly one frame apart. And I just made copies of the same thing over and over and over. So every, yeah, the first 10 seconds or so are, well, oh no, I cut it down. The first 3 and something seconds are, well, these things, and then it looks like this. So from here on out it will not do anything anymore, and you can see that because, well, it's a little bit higher, I guess. I don't know why. Oh no, it is. This is the highest one. Oh yeah, well, right. It of course still has to animate. So from this point onward, there will be nothing happening except for the thing turning back, and that's exactly why I timed it like this. So at 4 seconds and 10, this first one starts to disappear. So I want that to coincide or actually be very close, and that way there's always movement going on, but there isn't like a lot of dual movement going on. You can of course make that, and yeah, you can definitely experiment with that. And you can see that it's still all white and gray. So in the last one, we're going to get the entire composition, so that's the entire thing we made before. So in composition 4, and we put that in composition 5. Let's pick another one, this one. And then we put the curves on here, and the curves actually looks like this. This one is just a line. Red looks like that, green looks like that, blue looks like that, and alpha is not used, so whatever. So what we see here is it comes into play, and because there are so many layers, it becomes this shape, right? That's the easy part to understand, because we already saw that. And then because of the shape of all of these graphs, the different types of gray turn into different colors. So for example, to take blue as an example, the very low colors, so close to black, will be basically gone. Then in the middle part here, so up till here in this part, all the colors that are here, so the midtones, will turn blue, and you can see that. That's where they are. And then the high colors will all be out, so they will have no blue in them. And that's what you see here. And then if we go back, then, well, there is no longer blue in it. So in the first part there's blue, but not in the, well, I guess here's a little bit of blue. But yeah, you get the point. So the same goes for the red and the green, of course. There's, well, full red in everything, so lots of red. And the green is only in the lower half of everything. If this crossed exactly on this point, it would be the lower half. So the lower half is actually green. The upper half, so the brighter colors, are not green at all. So that's all there's to it. I made 4 of them just for the fun of it, and there's not a whole lot of things to it. I displaced them over time. They're like 1 second apart, I believe, and yeah, that's just because it looked better. So oh, and I rotated them. Hang on, rotation. Yeah, there you can see it. So 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and the other one is minus 45 degrees. Oh, here it says so. Then I rotated 2 of them in 3D, so I made them into 3D layer and rotate them 180 degrees in Y, which means that they will now rotate the other way, which we will see. Let's look at this one and this one. They are coming in over here. So this is the first one. That one rotates, well, clockwise, and the other one rotates counterclockwise. And that is because this one has been rotated over 180 degrees and the other one is not. So yeah, very simple trick for this kind of an effect, or any kind of effect, to mirror it. You just rotate it in Y over 180 degrees after turning on, of course, the 3D layer. So very simple. Anyway, let's go to building this. We are going to go to a new composition. It's going to be called Comp 6 because I don't care. And then let's put in, come on, a solid. Solid is going to be white once again. Yeah, we don't need this yet. We are going to just put in not too big, but not too small piece of this. We can actually do it with a different shape as well, I guess. But for now, I'm going to go with this. So I am going to go to the shape thing here just to make sure that it's just about right. Let's make this 345, 350. So it's 5 wide, and then let's make this 400 and make this 800. I don't know what is good, but it doesn't really matter. If you're running outside of your thingy here, so outside of the range of your scope, then you get into trouble, so don't do that. And I'm going to try to prevent that. So anchor point, as you might have noticed, was the one thing that was actually really just in this first composition. And we're going to first of all put our position, or our mask, sorry. We're going to put our mask to kind of be over here, so it has to be a little bit lower, because otherwise it might actually run into trouble, and we don't want that. So let's move it over here somewhere. I think that's about it. No, it's too low. Okay, excellent. Where are you? Nope. Mask path. Just pick it up, place it just about in the middle. Of course, I should have typed that in correctly, but yeah, well, being stupid. Anyhow, now that it's just about in the middle, we are going to move the anchor point from one point to the other, and the one point being over here. And I am going to place this kind of correctly. Yeah, that's a little bit too far. Let's leave a little bit of a handle on there, so that we actually get the rotation on both sides. 350, no, the other way. 352. 355, yeah, that sounds about right. So now we're going to go to 10 seconds, and you can use the page up, page down to scroll through your time if you're, well, like me, very precise in where you want that to be. This, however, I'm not very precise about. Just leave a little bit of a handle, it should all be fine. So that's the only thing you need to do for this first one. So just make a new composition. It's going to be comp 7, 30 seconds long, blah, 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 blah. Comp 6, drop it in there. We're going to add the rotation to it. And, well, a couple more things. But, yeah. So let's go and make this into no rotation for the first second or so. So first second, we're going to just stay at 0, and then for the next, it doesn't matter how long. Don't make it all the way 10 seconds, I guess. Yeah, I guess we can cut it off later. It doesn't really matter. So 10 seconds, and we're going to do, I don't know, 5 rotations, then go to like here somewhere, I guess here, I don't know, somewhere, and just make it, yeah, the 3, that would be interesting. Come on. Yeah, so make a point over here, or just type in the 3 over here, that would be good as well. So now it rotates quicker here than on the other side, and I'm going to now set this. I haven't tested this, but we're going to make this an easy ease keyframe, so that it actually goes from the one to the other a little bit better. It actually stops in the middle now, which might be a nice effect. You can do whatever you want with this, of course. It's all up to you. So let's put on a tint effect, because it is all white all the time. We can't colorize white. So we're going to go to white first. So yeah, you can make this whatever you want. I am going to go with grays, of course. Yeah, first is going to be light gray. So I'm not going to make it all the way white. This way it actually colors better. And I'm going to make it white here as well. So hit U and select that. And then we're going to go over here, make it into a darker type of gray. and then go over here, make it into a dark type of gray, and somewhere in between it has to kind of, not exactly in the middle. I'm trying to make it a little bit more, well, exciting than just picking the halfway points everywhere. And of course you can do things like easy ease on these guys as well. And then you can see how the color evolves over time. So maybe I want this one to be an easy ease as well, or easy out. I don't really know. Yeah, that sounds fine. So now I have kind of a flexible, dynamic looking animation. And even though it's not very exciting yet, we are going to see that in the next composition. I don't know what else I put on here, so I'm going to take a peek at what I did. Also scale, rotation, opacity. I guess scale would be nice. Yeah, the rest is not really that spectacular, but yeah, well, it's all good. You can do whatever you want to it. You can also put in other effects if you want to. Yeah, the thing is, we're making this one thing that we're going to copy a load of times, so make sure that it kind of stays static and doesn't really do too much, because it's going to be multiplied by, yeah, like 300 things. So yeah, make it small, make it effective, basically. We're going to take the scale here at 100 at 5 seconds or so. Hang on, let's zoom out a little bit. At 10 seconds, it should be 100 as well, just because I like that. And then let's say over here it has to be that. Over here it has to be that. And in between the two it has to be that. Let's see if it doesn't run off the screen, because that would be bad. In this thing it would still be bad. In the next one it doesn't matter. Because if I cut off something here, so here it's very close, but it doesn't actually touch the edge. So if I cut off, for example, the top part, then if I place it on the next canvas, it will still be cut off. So you will not be able to get a very nice animation there. Anyhow, next composition. This one is going to be where the magic happens. We're going to take comp 7, dump it in here, and then we're going to just duplicate it, zoom in, very close, copy it and get one of them difference, then duplicate, Control D. Well, the first one was duplicate as well, not copy. Select all, duplicate, and do one more. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I should have selected everything. So Control A, by the way, selects everything. Control D, duplicate, then drag everything to the top. Although that's not actually necessary, it does make it a lot easier to see what you're doing. Control A, Control D. Then we move this upwards. I'm hoping that I'm actually at the top still. Yes, I seem to be. Then go to the point where you have the ones that are lit up and the ones that are not lit up, and then just make sure that they actually match. So I don't have to be this far zoomed in. I can do it like this. Control D. And then go back to the bottom, drag them out. So yeah, once you think here, you can still easily see the difference between the two frames, so you can easily position them correctly. If you think like, yeah, this is about enough, and for me that would be at about 3 seconds, well, that was for my previous one. You're like, okay, this is done. Let's make a new composition. And this is where we add the color and add multiples of our old one. So first of all, let's see what it actually became, because we haven't actually seen it yet. And now we're going to have to adjust where needed. So this first part definitely needs some adjusting. Apparently my computer doesn't really like that I make all this stuff. So yeah, this looks nice. This not so much, because these are almost intersecting. Well, here they are actually intersecting. So what we want is to actually move the rotation, which is number 2, which is here number 7, I believe. Rotation, yeah, there we go. So we want to move the rotation into a different zone. I don't know where it is. It is over here, so where we are, it will copy the time. So if you say like, okay, there's a problem over here. Actually, there is a problem over here. And you go to another tab, it will still copy the thing with it. The time where you are. Apparently it didn't agree with me that it did that, but yeah, whatever. Anyhow, yeah, apparently we cannot do this, so control click it. And that way, maybe it becomes better. Hang on, the last one. Does it now become better? Yeah, it actually is better. So don't worry that it's very dark gray, because, well, we will be able to translate that into brighter colors if we want to. So we now have things that actually make sense, and yeah, you can see it's still building up the image. So still building up. You can still see things moving when this one starts, well, disappearing again, which is exactly the way we want it. So the timing is pretty good. We could even do it a little bit later, but this actually looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to keep it like that. So let's do the one that was already typed in the beginning. Curves. We're going to take the curves, drop it on here, and now we can color it. So take some part of it where things are actually on screen, and then you can go color. So first of all, we have to choose, do we want to have more brightness in there? That way there is less of a difference between the light and the dark. And if you want that, that is fine. It will create brighter colors, and if that's what you want, then go for it. So I'm going to just select some curves. This is, by the way, contrast curve. It amplifies the higher colors, so the ones that are closer to white on the original, and it it doesn't appear on the low colors, the ones that are closer to black. And at the halfway point, it's exactly at, well, this line, which is the one-on-one line, which is the line where everything starts. So as you can see, this is where it starts. We can do several things with this. I'm going to boost the bottom colors here. So only the light colors get blue, and the dark colors do not. If you move it closer, obviously you're going to boost it even more. So, and if you like the color combinations that it makes, and currently, yeah, it's a little bit too much yellow, and that is because I did this. So we can, of course, just move them to the sides, and that way we get a little bit, well, we get back our original line. If you drop your dots that you made on these dots, then they will disappear. And here you can see that we get some orange in there as well, which is really nice. I like this color combination, so I'm going to keep it. We're going to address the position then, and I'm going to put it over here somewhere. And of course, this design is all up to you. Do you want it to never get out of the frame? Do you want it to get out of the frame because, well, you like that? Position it the way you want it. So anyway, we're going to duplicate this one. Move it forward 1 second. That is over here. And then just reset on the new one our colors. And of course, well, we have to move it. So position, I'm going to move it over here and then up. something like that. It can actually go off screen. It's not a problem. Actually, sometimes it's pretty if it goes off screen, because then it appears that there's more to see, and it's not as designed then. So let's select some new colors. Let's go for a greenish color this time. So boost the green on all levels. So the way you should see this, well, you should watch the introduction to curves if you want to learn about this. But the original line was here on the 45-degree diagonal. So everything now is higher than that, which means that everything will turn more green. And we can do the same with less blue, for example. Then it becomes yellowish. And if we put in more red, it becomes more yellow. If you take out the red, it becomes more green. Because now all that is left is the green, and I want it to be a little more blue, at least in the lower colors. And yeah, you can play around with it. You can also say to the red, like, yeah, I like that there's no red in the high colors and no red in the low colors, but let's keep some red in the middle colors. And yeah, just shaping this is kind of a tedious thing to learn, but you will see that sometimes now, yeah, a little bit of that yellow turns up. So that yellow is because of the red, and yeah, well, if you like it, then put a ring on it, man. If you like it, then you keep it. Otherwise, you just redesign it. You say like, less of that yellow, a little bit maybe. I like the green more. So the green and blue would be nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of yellow in it. You can see it, but it's not as obvious as it was before. So it's all up to you. It's this is just kind of a design thing, and well, that's what you're here to do, right? So next one is going to be positioned over here, and let's actually scale it a little bit. Don't worry about the fact that they're all at the same spot at the moment, or no, not the same spot, but they have the same rotation, because we are going to, well, we did offset them in time, which already makes for a hugely different look, but that is not the main thing. What we want to do is we want to reverse them and rotate them so that they look completely different. So scale, let's go for this one. I already reset it, so maybe we want to reverse the colors. So you can actually reverse the colors by doing this. Now white will be black and black will be white, and well, especially if you do it, if it actually goes through the middle, and that means that you can actually, well, do different things with it. Already a nice color, and there you go. Nice color combination immediately. Just coincidental, of course, and just for that one moment where all these colors exist. I like this, so I'm going to just keep it. You can, of course, vary the curves over time if you want to. Yeah, you can. Oh, it's so flexible. Like, this entire design process is really about designing. The more time you invest in it, the better it will look. So reset this, help with the position. Let's go with the position over to the bottom side, to the right. Maybe scale it a little bit more. It is a copy of the other one, so it is already scaled. And I'm going to make 4 again, because, well, I like that. And then we're going to just set the green to kind of a contrast curve, which means a little bit more boost in the higher ones and a little less boost in the lower ones. And yeah, if you like that, go for it. So we're also going to do that for this one, which means we're going to be stuck with blue in the lower colors. You can, of course, boost that. You can say, I like a brighter blue. And the rest will be yellow. I don't like the yellow because I already have yellow. And yellow doesn't really color well with the dark blue. Let's put in some red actually. So let's take out some green. There you go. Let's just drop it over there. And now we get some red in there. So maybe red in everything. Just take out the points, just click them, drag them to the side. They will disappear. Maybe no red in the top colors. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a nice color. Like this one was very easy to find because it was so pretty. Like with the first two dials that I touched, I didn't even touch the blue for that one. And here it's a little bit more difficult. You can, of course, if you're like, I can't find it at all, you can do two things. First of all, you can just reset it and start again. You can also go with the color, oh, come on, change to color, I think it's called. Yeah, change to color. And change to color will actually allow you to change one color into another color. So if you're saying change white to blue, then it will do exactly that. I'm pretty sure it's not very useful for this one, but at least it helps you in some of these design cases to find the exact color you're looking for. Anyway, I'm going to reset this because I can't really find the color that I want, and that's because I kind of overdid something and I don't know what. So resetting it is just a way of making sure you don't keep going with the same problematic thing, and you just want to run into something that is really nice looking. Well, this is a lot better. It's not as great as the one above it, but no, I clicked here. Yeah, this actually has some nice color combinations now. It's not as outspoken as this one or this one, but yeah, well, it'll do. Let's see. Yeah, I really like this one. But anyhow, that's the end of the effect, I guess. That's really all there is to it. It's a fairly simple effect, and it's fairly, well, fast to do. So you can put multiples in here. You can even put layers behind each other. Oh, let's do one more thing. First of all, select all of them, hit the R for rotation, and then we're going to do this one plus 45 degrees. This one maybe minus 90, and this one 135, something like that. And then let's take one of the small ones, make it into 3D layer, 180 degrees, and then let's take this one, make it into 3D layer, and the Y rotation 180 degrees. That way they rotate the other way, as I explained in the beginning. And we will see that in a moment. So this one goes clockwise, the next one will go counterclockwise, as you can see, and clockwise, at least I think. That one is actually, yeah, it's clockwise, and the bottom one is counterclockwise again. So yeah, there you go. Easy enough. Lots of things to change over time. You can change whatever you like to this effect, of course. If you have something beautiful created, just let me know and leave a comment with a link for me to see what you created, because I'm really wondering what people do with these. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.